Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This is so exciting. This year should be a special schus. Lili Nishmas, Reb Aaron ben Yaakov Shachna, and Reb Nachum ben Hamid, Reb Yehuda Aryeh Levi. We discussed in the previous shir the sheet of Reb Nechunya ben Hakane, who holds that kares, the person's over on a chi of kares, that patters him from tashlumin. So Shitas HaTosos and the Flam Beis is that also a verif which should be chayiv kares v'mezid, if he does it b'shogeg, that also patters from tashlumin. Just like by chi of misa b'shogeg patters b'tashlumin, so too the chi of kares b'shogeg patters from tashlumin. Shitas HaRamban, the Mulchamos, and in Ksubas Daf Lamed Hey, Amud Beis, is that only kares b'mezid patters b'tashlumin, but not kares b'shogeg. And the asar of the machlokas is whether the hekesh we have from kares to misa is only misa b'mezid of the pasuk of lo yeh asan, from which we have a hekesh from kares to misa. That's talking about mezid. So do we only learn the hekesh b'mezid, or do we even extend the hekesh to shogeg? Because just like by misa we have a pasuk of makah behema that we learn from makah behema, just like by behema we don't distinguish between shogeg and mezid, and a person's chayav in both. So too by kimlev Bidraba Minei, if a person's chayav misa, we don't distinguish between shogeg and mezid, and he is Ptur on both, is kimlev Bidraba Minei on both. So do we extend the hekesh of kares to misa to kares together? Do we that equation? Do we extend it even to a case of kares b'shogeg, just like misa b'shogeg, or no? We only learn because there's a special limit by misa b'shogeg. Or do we say no, that the hekesh is kares to misa, that's only b'mezid, because that's the limud of lo yeh asan. So that pasuk of asan, that's talking about b'mezid. So just like there it's b'mezid by just like by misa it's b'mezid, so too by kares it has to be b'mezid. Or we say no, that this extends also, just like misa we have another limud by misa that tells you that even we say kim l'Rabbi Minei by shogeg, so too we would extend the hekesh from kares to misa and say that by kares, if a person's chayav in misas b'kares, it's also going to pattern and kim l'Rabbi Minei if it is b'shogeg. That we discussed in the previous year, and those who are learning the third paragraph of Ksubas understand this. If not, you can look there. And we said that it's Shitas HaRamban is that it's telling the machlokas in Elchonon Reish Lakish Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph b'chayve malchus shogegin. If that patters chayve malchus b'shogeg, person's over an aver, which would be chayve malchus. If he does it b'shogeg, does that pattern from Mammon? Reish Lakish holds that we learn malchus even b'shogeg from misa, and Rabbi Yochanan we paskin like says no, we only learn malchus to misa from malchus to misa only misa b'mezid, but not b'shogeg. We don't learn malchus shogegin from misa. So hu adin that we don't learn kares b'shogeg from misa. So there's no kimlei Bidraba Minei by kares b'shogeg. But Tosas is a shishtasam that everybody holds that in theory, if you would learn from misa, you would learn even b'shogeg. The only thing is, according to Tosas, malchus, according to Rabbi Yochanan, is not learned from misa b'chlal. But if it would be, it would even be learned b'shogeg. And mela kares, which is learned from misa, is learned even misos b'shogeg, even kares b'shogeg. So to understand more this machlokas between Tosas and the Ramban, we have to know what Rav Shimon Shkop said. Rav Shimon Shkop in his Chedushin to Ksubas and Siman Lamed Gimel brings from the Ramban in Ksubas and Lamed Aleph, Amud Aleph, that the gather of the Ptur of Kimlei Bidraba Minei and Akil Tzarech Hanocha, which means that if on Shabbos somebody lifted up an arrow and then he threw it Arba Amos, and then on the way it ripped some shirayim, it ripped some silk, and then it landed. So there we have a din of Kimlei Bidraba Minei. Why? Because Akira Tzarech Hanocha, even though by the time of the Hanocha, but when the chi of mammon was incurred, there was no hanocha yet, so there should be no kimlei Bidraba Minei. Nevertheless, we say that akira is l'tzarech hanocha. So Zokt Reb Shimon b'shitas HaRamban, that pshat is the gather of the Ptur of kimlei Bidraba Minei and akira l'tzarech hanocha is that mishas ha'akira there is already a chi of oinesh misa b'miktsas. There's already a little bit of an onesh misa, and therefore it patters for tashlumin because this is a little bit of a chi of onesh misa. Therefore, that there's already going to be a kimlei Bidraba Minei, that the greater punishment patters you from the lesser punishment. The onesh misa patters a person from mammon. So we see that the Yisod of Ptur kimlei Bidraba Minei is a din of onesh misa that's already onesh misa b'miktsas, if it's akir l'tzarech hanacha. But what patters you is the onesh misa. It's the onesh misa by Shabbos that patters you from the tashlumin. However, Shittas HaTosfos is, which may or may not be explained in a future shir, is that Kimle Bidraba Minei Bakil Tzarech Hanacha is not because of the Onesh Misa that's already Chal B'Shas HaKira, because Shittas HaTosfos is, as Reb Shimon says in the Shara Yosher and Shara Gimel in Perek Tes Vav, that the Chalois Onesh Misa is only Chal at the end. There's no such thing as Miktas Onesh Misa. Mashenkin B'Tchilas Hashir, there's no Chalos Onesh Misa at all. Nevertheless, the Akira Patters from Tashlumin, because the Etzem Pulas HaAveira Chamura is already Goremes Ptur B'Tashlumin. It's not the Chalois Onesh Misa B'Foya that Patters from Tashlumin. The Onesh Misa is a simin that the Aveira is an Aveira Chamura. So what Patters you from Tashlumin, Kibbutz Rab Minei? Not the Chiyuv Misa, but rather the Chomer HaAveira. Just the Chiyuv Misa is a Gilui that the Aveira is very Chomer. And Memela, when we talk about a person who does Akir L'Tzarech Hanoch, even though there's no Chalos or Einish Misa, nevertheless it's still going to be Kibbutz Rab Minei, because there was an Aveira Chamura. There was a Pula of an Aveira Chamura here. And that patters from Tashlumin, because the Akira, there's no Onesh Misa yet until the very end, says Reb Shimon. But the Akira is L'Tzarech Hanacha, and therefore it's already considered part of the process of the Aveira. And since it's considered part of the process of the Aveira, there's going to be a Ptur of Tashlumin. But it's not the Onesh Misa that patters according to Tosfos, it's the Aveira Chamura that patters a person from Tashlumin. Now, there's a gili in the pasuk of Makeh Behema that even Chayve Misas B'Shogeg are patur mitashlumin. Now, this could be learned two ways. It could be learned that Mezid and Shogeg are two different dinim, that b'Mezid there is a chiyuv misa, by Shogeg there's no chiyuv misa. Nevertheless, there is a gzeres hakasuv that Shogeg also patters from Tashlumin, since if he would have been Mezid, he would have been patter for Tashlumin. By Shogeg is also patter for Tashlumin, but it's a different Geder. There's Misa, which is a Ptur mitashlumin, and that's Mezid. And then by Shogeg, it's not the same thing, because there's no actual Misa, but nevertheless there's a Gzeres HaKosuf, that even by Shogeg there's going to be a Ptur mitashlumin, because if he would have been Mezid, then he would have been patur for Tashlumin. That's one way of looking at it. Or we can say no, that Mezid and Shogeg are the same Geder. Since we have a pasuk by Chiyuv Misa of Makeh Behema that we say there's no chiluk between Shogeg and Mezid, therefore the Geder is the same. Just like by Mezid there's a Ptur and Tashlumin, so too by Shogeg there's Ptur and Tashlumin for the same reason, the same Geder. Shogeg and Mezid are in the same category. It's one din. The gili in the pasuk is that Shogeg and Mezid are one din of Ptur Tashlumin. And it would appear that this Chakira is totally in the Shtei Shittas, the Ramban and the Tosfos, says Rav Kalmanson, that according to the Shita of the Ramban, that the Yesod of the Torah of Kimle Bidraba Minei is a din in the Chalos Onesh Misa, the Onesh Misa patters from Tashlumin. So that would mean that B'Shogeg is a completely different Geder. Because by Shogeg there isn't no Onesh Misa. And the Mela Shogeg is just a special Gzeres HaKosov, but it's a completely different gather because it's no Onesh Misa. But so that is the shita of the Ramban, and the Ramban is the shita so that the gather of Ptur and Makas Daf Beis, that the gather of Ptur of Kimle Bidraba Minei is that B'chlal Mana Masayim Mana, that included in the larger punishment is the smaller punishment, and it's like you got both punishments, right? If a person is chayav misa, so that's also, since it's an onesh chamor, it's much worse. It's like on scale of punishment, from 1 to 10, it's a 10, and one moment is a 5, so the 10 includes the 5. So memela, that is the reason that there's a Ptur of Kimle Bidraba Minei, and that's all Kimle Bidraba Minei b'meizer, but there's an actual onesh misa. But B'Shogeg there is no onesh misa. So memela, how do you understand Kimle Bidraba Minei? The answer is we have a special gilu, a special gzeres hakosov, but it's two separate things, two separate gedarim, like Rabbi Elchonon explains in the Kovetz Shiurim, the real Rabbi Elchonon, in Ksuvis and Os Tzadi Gimel, that we have a limud that there's a Ptur that Misa b'Shogeg patters, but not because of the Onesh Misa. However, Shittas Teisvis is that the Ptur of Kimla D'Rab Minei is not a din lechalos Onesh Misa, but rather it's a din in the Chomer Havera, and the Chomer Havera is Chomer b'Shogeg and it's Chomer b'Mezid. It's Chomer in both, just by Shogeg, since the person didn't have Das. So then he doesn't get the punishment, but it's still an Averim Od Chamura, even when a person does it b'Shogeg. I hope when you're saying Al Chet Shechtan Lecha b'Shogeg on Yom Kippur, I hope you're crying, right? Because Shogeg is also very, very Chomer. So there's no Onesh, but it's an Avera Chamura. So since it's an Avera Chamura b'Mezid, it's Avera Chamura b'Shogeg, we can say it's the same Geder, and that is the Shita of Tosfos, who holds that it's out the Avera Chamura. So the Fizeh, Shogeg and Mezid are going to be in the same Geder. So the Fizeh, we can explain the foundation of the machlokas between the Ramban and Tosfos. What was the machlokas of the Ramban and Tosfos? Do we learn the Ptur of Shoigeg by Kimla D'Rab Minei by Kares? The Ramban holds no. It's only Kares b'Mezid. And the Tosfos holds no. That not only is it Kares b'Mezid, but it's even Kares b'Shogeg, because you learn it completely from Onesh Misa. So why? How do you understand this machlokas? Pashut. Now we understand beautifully. Because if it's in the Onesh, that's the Geder of Kimla D'Rab Minei, so that only applies to Mezid, it doesn't apply to Shogeg. So therefore, Kares b'Mezid, yes. Kares b'Shogeg, no. Elamai by Misa b'Shogeg, we have a special Gilui. That's category number 2, but that doesn't apply to Kares. Kares to Misa, you can only learn when there's Onesh. When there's an Onesh Misa. So there's an Onesh b'Kares, you also learn Kimla D'Rab Minei. But there's no Onesh, there's no Kimla D'Rab Minei. Elamai by Misa, we have a Zaytik Limud, we have a different Limud for Makab Behemoth, that there's also going to be a Ptur of Kimla D'Rab Minei. But how can we apply that to Kares, a different Geder? All you're learning is Geder A, Kares to Misa, because of the Onesh Misa. Only when there's an Onesh Misa, there's going to be Kimla D'Rab Minei. That's the limit from Kares to Misa. But not when there is no Onesh Misa. Elamai by Onesh Misa, we say, there's a special pasuk by Shogeg. Okay, that has nothing to do with Kares. Since the din of Kimla D'Rab Minei is only it's only because of the Onesh. The Onesh patters you from the Baman. But if there's no Onesh, it doesn't patter you from Baman. Why by Misa? Yes. Because you have a special Gzeres HaKasav. But that can't apply to Kares. So when we're going to learn Kares to Misa, it's only going to be when there's an Onesh. Shenkein Tosfos, who hold that it's one Geder, Gevaldik, it's one Geder. So Mela, if you're learning from Kares to Misa, across the board, Shogeg and Mezid. And Lefizeh, we can also gevaldically explain the understanding according to the Ramban of the machlokas between Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish. We have a hekesh of Rasha, Malkus Lemisa, and according to the way the Heilige Ramban understands, this Rasha Lekule Alma is learned both by Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish, that you learn from Misa to Malkus. They learn the Ptur of Kimla D'Rab Minei Misa to Malkus. They both learn Rasha. The only thing is that Reish Lakish holds that you also learn the Ptur of Kimla D'Rab Minei b'Malkus b'Shogeg, and according that you even learn the Ptur of Kimla D'Rab Minei Malkus b'Shogeg, not only Malkus b'Misa. Rabbi Yochanan holds no, that only the Ptur of Malkus b'Mezid is Kimla D'Rab Minei. From that you learn Misa to Malkus, but not b'Shogeg, and therefore that's the Ramban understands. He says if by Malkus you're only learning b'Mezid, according to Rabbi Yochanan we paskin like, so too by Kares. So what's pshat in this machlokas? So if you have on a seinu, it's kafter v'ferach, it's shmak. According to Reish Lakish, it's one geder. Shogeg and Mezid are one geder. So when you learn Misa to Malkus, it's going to apply to both Shogeg and Mezid. Kimla D'Rab Minei, Rasha. But Lefi Rabbi Yochanan, no. It's two separate Kedarim. Memela, when you're learning Misa to Malchus, it's only going to be Memeza, not B'Shogeg, just like from Misa to Kares. So we learned in this shir, a very big yisod, is the Chakira, is Ptur of Kimle Rabbi Minei. Meza, the same as it is B'Shogeg, and we saw how that would explain the Machogas between the Ramban, Teisvis, and also the Machogas between Riyach and Reish Lakish, and we should be Zochataka Lilmo Du Lamed Lishmor Velasus, where the Kaim is called Divrei Salmo Torasa B'Yahava, and we have a lot more to do, sweet friends. Mir Tashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give us Orech Yamim V'Shanim Mir Tashem. B'Simcha Tuv Leva, Hashem should bless you and your family. You should have nachas and simcha and everything good, and you should always learn Menuchas HaLev, Simchas HaNefesh, Be'ezer Hashem. Shalom, shalom, sweetest friends.